Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, what type of work does the devil make of idle hands? Yeah, that's, you know what I'm talking about.
You did it. Yeah, fuck did it.
Yeah, nailed it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel because today we are reviewing the finale of the Great British Baking Show. Collection 10
Doesn't feel like it's been 10 weeks, man.
Unbelievable that it's over already.
Right.
It did go fast. Mm-hmm. Like, it felt like it picked up steam near the end. It was just us going, what? And then it ended.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so what were your initial thoughts about this episode?
God damn it, why's it gotta end? Like, this is one of those shows that is a good solid hour of me just completely forgetting about how fucked up life is. Yeah. And it's always sad when it's over. I was definitely surprised with the signature, definitely. That was an interesting one.
All right, I don't want to blow my wad. I got thoughts.
We'll get to that.
All right, so let's talk about this in the rounds, I guess, as they refer to them. I don't even know if they call them rounds. The signature. So this is all about a summer picnic. We got 3 people left: Abdul, Sandro, and Sabira. Okay, and
yeah,
now they
still surprised with Abdul like being in the fucking finals,
especially after seeing the finals. I was like, yeah, really? This is the group? All right,
dude. Yeah, I was a little let down too.
Okay, so anyway, this first bit, the summer picnic, nothing stood out to me. I had to watch it over again. This is the 3rd time that I've watched this part of it, trying to remember anything. And I can't.
I'm not gonna lie. I took my headphones to work, thinking, all right, I'm gonna rewatch this because like looking at the notes, I really don't remember shit. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, it was very meh.
Like nothing stood out, like nothing at all. And yes, Sabira did like weird flavor combos, as she always does, and they weren't offensive, but they were different enough for the judges to note. But again, nothing stood out. Like no one. The only one that stood out is Sandro, who is perpetually the attempted overachiever and always falls flat on his face.
Yeah, he just does. He tries way too much, and it's like, come on, man, you've done this for an entire fucking season, and it's never worked. Yeah, scale it down just a hair, just a hair.
I feel like if I could give advice, total ignorant, inexperienced advice about anyone wanting to go on this show, just do what they ask for and do it well. That's it. Don't go above and beyond and try to bring everything else. Yeah, just do what you're supposed to do and do it well. Yeah, that's it. Every time this motherfucker tries to go above and beyond to show the judges he's really got what it takes to be the star baker, he's like going way out of his depth, and he always fails. Like.
Well, and it's always the same, too. Paul or Prue or both are like, are you sure you can do that in the time given? Oh, yeah, I've got it. I practiced this before. I failed, but I did it before. Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Just seriously. Like, I've never, at least in best recollection, I cannot think of another season where I have thought, man, somebody needs to tone it the fuck down. Right. Besides this one.
100%. Yeah, usually you're like, no, stand out, do something great, do something amazing, but you have to nail the flavors or the texture or the bake, and always there's something off with this guy with everything he does. It just makes me think, how the fuck did we get here? How is this the finale?
Right.
When it flashed back to the at the very end really quick, when it just flashed back to all the other contestants, I was like, you should have been here. You should have been here. Why weren't you here?
Yeah. Straight up. Yeah, when everybody's coming up to the tent and stuff, all the previous contestants, it's like, wow, that's not where I saw you being.
Yeah, really, really weird. So yeah, the only thing that stood out on the summer picnic signature was Sandro sucking. That's it.
Yeah.
There's that weird awkward moment where Matt was talking to Sandro, and it was some sort of general conversation about how bad do you want this, and Sandro was like, wait, want what? And it was like this weird like sexual thing, and Matt's
Yeah.
eye, who's like, ooh. Like, no, that's not what I meant. I'm gay, and that's not what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah, that went some weird fucking places.
I loved it when he walked up to Abdul, and he was like, huh, so you're here. Never got a handshake. Never got a Star Baker. And you're here.
Yeah, that was a fucking choice, because this was the episode where Noel came in late, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I understand that they have to have him, somebody for the comic relief.
Yeah.
That's the wrong person, man.
I mean, he's better than the kids Bake Off, but because that guy's
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Yeah, he's dry as shit.
That's
Well,
weird.
and the thing is, you have somebody that's not a comedian coming in doing a comedic role.
Yeah.
And it did not play off at all or work well.
Comedians can be actors. Actors can't be comedians. It's just it doesn't go both ways. Sorry, actors. You're just not funny. Yeah. So then we go to the technical, and this was just a shit show. 100%. Everyone shit the bed on this. And this is the finale. Like, not one was even close to right.
Yeah.
It's these weird summer bombs, and Sandra's like, I'll do circles because circles. Everyone else is doing weird thick ass rectangles, and
Yeah.
like
I was
what Paul showed Prue was nothing like, not even in the same universe as what the contestants showed them both.
right.
Total shit the bed disaster, horrible. It just deflated. Nothing set. No one knew to boil the vegetable fat or oil or whatever it was. I wouldn't have known that either, but I'm not on the show. They should know better.
Exactly. Well, and the thing is too, it's like they do get practice with, well, no, I guess not with the technicals.
Yeah, it's just the other one.
Yeah, it's everything else. But still, it's like, presumably you have your phone on you. Yeah.
That would be really funny if they're just like looking shit up.
I mean, yeah, I guess that probably wouldn't happen, but yeah, man, this was one of the worst technicals of the season. Like,
yeah, and there's been some bad ones this season.
There's been some terrible ones. I mean, of course, we've got some biased ones, like when they did like fucking Mexican Week. That was just garbage. But this was just all around. Like, none of them looked good. This should have been like episode 1, maybe 2 territory.
Well, this is this is the type of technical you expect to see on auditions to get on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like the what are those, American Idol, when they have the weirdos come in and sing, and you're just like, whoa, you don't hear anything you're singing. That's what they're doing with baking. Like, you clearly didn't see what you were just baking, because you should just take the knife to your throat. Like, that's how bad this is.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at pictures right now of it because I vaguely remembered it. And looking at it, it's like, oh yeah, that's why I blocked that out of my mind, because that's what the fuck.
It was so bad.
So horrible.
And Abdul won. He got number 1, but it was that much better.
It was a technicality because it was just not as flat. Like,
it was like,
it has a little bit of a dome shape. It just fell apart because nobody did it right.
Yeah. It's like a boob when they're laying down. There's kind of an arc-ish to it.
Less appetizing, though.
Much
Definitely
less.
less
When you have to lift the arm to get to the dessert, not great.
Oh, I was talking about his dessert being like less appetizing.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
So was I.
Yeah, you got to lift his arm to get to the dessert. It's fucking weird. Like, why would you even do that?
And he's like, starts to like be all happy, and people are clapping, and Paul is like, whoa, no, don't be happy. Don't clap. Yeah. This is an abject failure.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he did bring that up, because that was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, so not good.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen people fail pretty bad in the finale, semi-finale, and previous seasons, but I cannot think of a single one that was this bad. Like, outside of like people maybe dropping shit, but that's not like oh, you fucked up at the bake. That's like, oh, you fucked up because you tripped.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just a happenstance accident. Baking this stuff is you intentionally just suck. Like, you're just not good. And I get it, because it's supposed to be challenging. But I mean, it was a nightmare. A total nightmare.
Yeah.
And so going into this showstopper, I'm already completely deflated on this episode.
Yeah.
Like, why are we even sitting around watching this anymore? These guys suck. And this is the finale. Like, when the families watch this back, they're going to be embarrassed. Like,
I hope so.
At no point are they going to be like, yeah, you nailed it. They're just going to be like, bless your heart. Bless your
That
little
is
heart.
100% what they're going to say.
You poor thing. You know, it's just going to be stuff like that. It's not going to be, you know, patting on the back or high fives. I don't know what British people do. Maybe they cheers with tea or something.
That sounds right.
Say cheerio a lot. That's what they do. Cheerio. But no, it's all going to just be like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just shame. Hiding your face in shame as you walk around. And instead of being like, that was a great bake, you know, people on the street walking them by, you know, calling out to them, it's just going to be like, what the fuck were you thinking? As they walk by.
It's just going to be like, he's a witch. Turned me into a newt. I got better.
That's exactly it. What else floats? Rocks. Judges.
Tiny stones.
Oh, Monty Python. So, yeah, probably the best thing that the British ever did was Monty Python. Number 1. This is number 2. This season, not so much.
Well, so, okay, I guess I have to take that back. I'm going to have to go with Motorhead number 1.
Okay.
Real close second, Monty Python. And then this isn't even on the list of the best things the British have done.
Yeah.
The show in general?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This season? No.
This is the weird thing. We're fans of the show.
So, I know. And I still love it.
Even
it's still the greatest thing I've watched all year.
Yeah, even watching this episode, it was better than 90% of the other stuff I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still just deflated, just disappointed. Like, I need better out of you, British Baking Show. What are you doing? So when we got into the showstopper, I was just sort of checked out. I was like, there's no way they're going to be able to do anything that is remotely interesting or successful. And I was right, according to me. Anyway.
Well, and it's like, sure, they got the height. Sure, they got the amount of stuff on there, but I mean, Siberia's was cool because it was a cute little sloth, but
that was supposed to be a chimpanzee.
Was it a chimpanzee?
Yeah.
It
was a nightmare.
I thought it was supposed to be a sloth.
The whole time she's just
Never
laughing at it because she's embarrassed by how ridiculous it looks. And yeah, it does. It looks like What was do you remember the name of that gummy? He did like commercials. It was like this. It was like Gumbo, except it was like Mr. Oh fuck, what was it called? It was like a little puppet size thing. He was like always the oh no, Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill. It was like an inflated Mr. Bill.
It's like a burnt Mr. Bill. Yeah, I totally see it now.
It's such a weird, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the flavors were amazing, whatever. I don't care. It looks like shit. I remember episodes of Great British Baking Show when they did their showstoppers, and I was blown away. Like, wow, look at this masterpiece that they're putting together. It's amazing. And some of them are less so. This time, all 3 of them, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? How is this the finale? Like, you guys suck.
Well, that's the thing, too. It's like... with it being sort of a height challenge, like that's not even some of the tall shit they've done this season.
Yeah.
So it's like, it just kind of, falls flat.
And like Abdul's, he just put him on a pedestal and then just stacked him flat side up.
Yeah.
The ultimate, I give up. Like, I don't know how to make anything. I'm just going to put pancake stack and then pour caramel on it.
Yeah. And not even in a controlled way. It's just like, and then there it is.
Yeah.
Now, would I eat it? Yes. Would I give it a fucking prize? No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And either with the judges.
Yeah.
Obviously. I love that moment too. When they're all talking afterward, they're like, I think I got a shot. And Sandra's like, I didn't do it. He's just straight up admitted, nope, it wasn't me.
He was resigned after the first challenge. Like I saw it in his eyes. After that first one, he's like, nope, it's not me.
I just got to do my best. And hopefully I don't embarrass myself. His final bake, I don't know what the fuck that was. He had a bunch of like cream sandwiches around a cake.
Yeah, but the problem was they're so fucking big.
Yeah.
Like, that's always his problem. And that was, if I remember correctly, that was one of their critiques. It should have been smaller because they just look like afterthoughts. Like, oh, here's a giant fucking thing. I'll just put some gray on it and call it a stone.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, ultimately, when they, brought everyone out and they had the big, hullabaloo with everyone and they announced the winner, it was like, yeah, of course. Like, only one person could have possibly won out of those three. And it was obviously Sabira. She is the best of those three. The best of the season? I don't know.
See, that's the hard part because, I'm trying to remember, like, the rest of the season. It was like up until the second half of the season, I kind of forgot about her.
Yep.
And then just comes jumping out of the gate like, hey, I'm going to do my own shit and it's going to be good now.
Yeah.
So, it's like she wasn't even really a standout winner from the beginning. So it was an interesting one. Yeah,
like ultimately this season for me fell very flat. I comparing it to other seasons, it's just, it didn't hold up. It's not as good. The hosts were not as entertaining. The judges were, they're great. They're always great.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
But the contestants, I don't know if they just didn't have as many people willing or able because of COVID. Because this was sort of at the tail end of British, or not British Columbia, but UK COVID era, because they locked down longer than we did. And so I get not everyone can go in there, so maybe next year is going to just be amazing. Because they're going to have everyone.
My biggest concern is just they're such a tiny island. Maybe they ran out of people to be on here.
Right.
I volunteer. I'll totally come over there.
Dude, that'd be badass. We should go visit Colin and just see if we can get on.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I imagine you don't really necessarily need to be a citizen.
Right.
Just be there. Kind of like show up someday.
That's pretty much everything. You just show up. As long as you're there, they're like, okay, fine, let's go. Get camera ready.
And here's what I'll do. If they argue it, I'm going to have a little American flag hanging it out in my back pocket. And if they say shit about it, I'm going to fucking kick them, slam the flag down, and scream manifest destiny. And then I have to be on the show.
I mean, I think that makes you the new king if you do that. Like, that means that you claim the land. So, I mean, it worked for them, so why not retroact it?
Pretty much.
Right? It's only fair.
That's just science.
Yeah.
Just science.
Yeah, so, I mean, ultimately, what did you think about this season? Was it...
I loved it. I mean, even though it did kind of fall flat for me, it was still entertaining as hell. And yeah, it's like, it's my weekly palate cleanser from all the just dog shit that I have to eat each week. So it'll always be my chicken noodle soup for the soul.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's British Baking Show and This Old House. Like, those are the two things that just always put me in the zone, and I just feel better after having watched them. Even when I'm upset about it, I still feel better. It's just...
That's this and What We Do in the Shadows for me.
Ah, yeah.
Always.
Nice. I wish that was still on.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll do more seasons.
I think they're signed for 2 more, so...
They gotta do it. Right.
We got it.
All right. So congratulations to Sabira. That's awesome. Abdul and Sandro, you were there.
Yeah. And Abdul, man, what the fuck? Why didn't you just do this shit from the beginning?
I don't even. I want to smack him. Like, I don't understand anything about that kid. He was totally absent, and then when he was there, it was less than interesting. And like, he was just there by default. All the other contestants, like Janusz, must be furious that Abdul made it. What about me?
Right.
I have the glasses. I got the heels. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was just weird. Just weird. I don't know. So, that's the review.
That it is.
Anything else you wanted? I don't know.
No, I really hope, because of COVID restrictions being up, that we're gonna start getting more seasons a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Even watching the holiday episode this year was pretty lackluster, and just me screaming the whole fucking time.
Those ones seem to be the most sort of tense.
Not this. You've seen the current one, right? The one where this people from whatever fucking television show I've never heard of were on.
Oh, the actors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was garbage.
Yeah. Though that black girl was pretty goddamn gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean,
I was crushing.
Yeah,
kind of.
that goes without saying. That's what made it watchable.
Yeah.
Because it sure as shit wasn't the baking or anybody else.
No, that dude with the bowl cut, the shaved bowl cut. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that kid.
Man,
but
I don't know.
Someone needed to talk to him. Pull him aside.
I don't know how that and mullets became fashion. Like, one makes you look like you're gonna fuck your cousin. Yeah. The other makes you look like your mom put a bowl on your head and said, "Hold still, I got it."
We don't pay for haircuts in this household.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
What are we, royalty? Just sit down and spin in a circle.
Right? Hold still.
Weird. Yeah, that one was weird, to be fair. But usually those are the ones where they do like a bunch of sugar work and it's like super interesting. They do like the globes and stuff. And I'm just the whole time I'm holding my breath like, is it going to break when they're trying to take it out of the fucking rubber and stuff. Oh, so good. Generally. But it is, it's a holiday thing. Like, even when it's bad, you're still watching. It's like this. Even when it's bad, you're still watching it. You're still having a good time. We can't help it. We're addicts. It's what we do. So, thank you for doing it with us.
Hell yeah. Now let's all go into withdrawals. Yeah.
Until the next time. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let us know. Did this fall flat for you? Did you actually really enjoy the bakes and the contestants? I know that cannot possibly be the case. So please tell me why it fell flat for you particularly. And who do you think should have won if you don't think it was Sabira that should have won? Leave a comment below. As always, evil spelled backwards is live, so get your asses out there and be evil.
And bake.